So yes, I'm trying to travel as far as I can in Switzerland on regional trains only to experience parts or all of the luxury routes that you would pay a fortune for, such as the Bernina Express and the Glacier Express. So today's route, if we make it to Zermatt, will take about 9 hours on 7 trains. We'll be taking in the Alpine Express from Lucerne to Goldau, which is supposed to be really scenic, the Gotthard Panoramic Express between Erstfeld and Göschenen, and the meter gauge line from Brig to Visp and Zermatt, which is part of the famous Glacier Express route. They're all on regional trains. First, I need to go and find my train to Lucerne, and then that will be 1 train down, 6 more to go. My train leaves here at 9:14. Swiss trains are known for being very punctual, so I don't want to miss it. So let's go and see if we can find the train to Lucerne. So we're looking for platform 15 to Lucerne. So this must be our train. We're going all the way to Lucerne, 2nd class on the Interrail ticket. I do like this thing here. It's like a conference table on the train. So you don't need to reserve a seat on these trains, these regional trains. There's a plug socket. I'm impressed so far. But it's really quiet. Nobody's talking, which makes filming quite difficult. So this train from Basel to Lucerne should take about 1 hour 16 minutes. So we've just left Basel, and the first train on this epic 7-train day is now underway. I literally just walked past here. My hotel was around the corner from here. I don't think there'll be much to see for now, but I'll make sure you don't miss out on any great sights that we pass. Who knows? I haven't researched this route. I only found out I was going this route last night. Fun fact, all Swiss trains synchronise their clocks at exactly the same time every morning before starting their journeys. So just coming into Lucerne now. I have an 8-minute connection to get to the other side of the station. In any other country that would worry me. In Switzerland, not so much. We're definitely going to make it. And then the next train is the Alpine Express, so the first scenic route. There wasn't much to see on this train from Basel to Lucerne, but there will be on the next one. I'll make sure you don't miss anything. So I just have to go to the bridge up the top, I think. Single decker this time, operated by a different company. And as I said earlier, this is the first named train we'll be catching today, the Alpine Express, because it goes through the Alpine Alps. So there's a bistro on this one. So this train is operated by a company called Südostbahn, and it runs between Lucerne and St. Gallen, connecting central and eastern Switzerland. It runs every hour, bypasses Zurich and goes through the scenic rural areas in the central part of Switzerland. We are going 4 stops, I think, to Ahrgoldau, where we will get our next train. But before then, let's enjoy this one.
And wishes you a pleasant journey.
So this is typical of European train stations, a yellow timetable. We are waiting for the 11:28 to Erstfeld. So right next to me is a train that's not moving, so it might be a good time to get my thumbnail picture. I'm sure I'll be on this model of train at some point. We have another 5 to go. So the train to Erstfeld is really busy. This must be quite a popular route. Away from Erstfeld, and I think I might be the last person on this train. Where's everyone gone? So in Erstfeld now, I've got about 25 minutes here. It's really picturesque. I mean, just look at the backdrop I've got here, and it's even got the authentic smell of cow manure in the air. So we're definitely in rural-ish Switzerland now. I think I need to go back onto platform 4 in a bit. Need to find a toilet, and then the next train we go on is the second named train of this trip, the Glacier Express, to somewhere else. I'll tell you when we get on the train, but for now I'm just going to enjoy the snowy mountains, kind of, and try and find a loo, and then go and figure out where the train arrives from in about 23 minutes time. Well, this really is a picturesque typical Swiss town. So picturesque. Snow-capped mountains, forested mountains, quaint houses and little restaurants and Speiserstübli, whatever that is. A Frusin restaurant, Hotel Hirschen. Erstfeld seems like the place to come if you want some typical Swiss culture. So we've got a bit of time here in Erstfeld. Let's go and have a really quick explore of this place, because I'll probably never come here again, and it's doing train journeys like this that opens up these opportunities you wouldn't get otherwise. This is just typical Swiss chalet type houses and really narrow roads that cars shouldn't be driving down. We can't spend too long getting lost because we do need to get a train, because I don't fancy getting stuck here overnight. So I think there are a lot of biking and hiking trails around here. I'm seeing a lot of people on bikes and hiking. I think we will turn around and head back towards the station. I still haven't found a toilet. But anyway, this has been a nice, quick trip around a random Swiss town I've never heard of. I thought it was a backwater, apparently not. And it was all thanks to Swiss Rail, or Swiss Railways, that got me here, and the Interrail Pass, which I could use on any train without having to make a reservation, no extra fee. If I had taken one of the big, the really popular name trains, I would have had to pay extra, a lot more. So yeah, get yourself an Interrail Pass for Switzerland, and you come and see places like this. So the next train we're catching goes as far as Locarno. We are only going one stop to Göschenen. Went to the shop and got myself some corn cakes and some mixed nuts just to keep me going. I tell you what, the prices in Erstfeld are significantly cheaper than I found in Basel last night, and I'm sure they'll be a lot cheaper than Zermatt. These came to £2, which is really cheap for Switzerland. I think I'm the only person getting on the train here, because this platform is deserted. Maybe when you come to Erstfeld you never want to leave. Maybe that's what's going on here. I've got a 4-minute connection here. You're really testing my my willpower and my strength to keep going. But this is the train we're getting now. So we are only going one stop to Andermatt, and we've literally just made it before the train leaves. This is the Glacier Express train. It's supposed to be one of the most picturesque. So again, I'll make sure you don't miss anything. Train is going up quite a steep gradient. My ears have popped, so we're definitely going up and again. And you can see the train is sloping quite a lot. It's probably like that angle.
This train continues to Real.
So we have just arrived into Andermatt. I'm going to see if I can get to the front of the train quickly to take a photo. So I've got about a 30-minute stop here in Andermatt. It seems like another picture perfect Swiss town, so I might need to go out and have a quick explore before I go to Brig on the 5th train, I think. But I'm in no rush, so I can wait and see this train leave. I mean, just look at the surroundings of this station. You've got little mountain huts on snowy ridges, you've got snow-capped mountains. So I've just seen several signs coming out of the Andermatt train station saying welcome to the Swiss Alps, and it makes you remember you're actually in the middle of the Alps here. This is a ski resort like near the top of the Alps. Picture postcard chalets and wooden restaurants, hotels. The Chedi. I think it costs about $3,000 a night to stay here. This is the Chedi Andermatt. I mean, when you look at this, can you get any more scenic? Can you get any more Swiss than this? Pure water running down from the Alps through a quaint Swiss chalet ski town with a church spire in the background. I mean, come on. I'm running out of superlatives here. Surely it can't get more picturesque than this. But we are going to the very bottom of the Matterhorn in Zermatt. So, who knows? Keep watching and see if it gets any better than this. If only I had more time to explore Andermatt. Alas, the journey must go on. But the journey must go on, and we have another train to catch. We're making the most of this Interrail Pass, I tell you that. So I'm going to head back to the station, find the platform, and I'll see you on the train. So this is the train to Visp, and we are going to Brig Bahnhofstrasse. And we need to get on. We've got like 2 minutes before it leaves, and it is quite busy. So I'm going to try and find the carriages where I can open the windows. This one might do the job. So on this train we can open the windows. So I'm sure I'll be hanging out there at some point in the next hour and a half. So behind me is the final train of today, this epic journey from the very north of Switzerland to pretty much the very south, from Basel to Zermatt. If you've kept count, you'll see that I haven't actually done 7 trains, this will be 6. The reason for that is when we got to Brig, which was the station before this one I'm in now. Where am I? Visp. It was the one before Visp. The train that I was supposed to be catching to Visp, where I am now, would have got in 2 minutes earlier than I needed to be here. I've got about 15 minutes before we leave anyway. So I just stayed on the train. It was going to Visp anyway. I stayed on the train and all going to plan. I'll get into Zermatt in about an hour and a half, about 5 p.m. So let me show you around this train. I think you can tell who the target customer is here. You've got a small second class section and then a closed off first class section in each carriage. So it should take about just over an hour from here to get to Zermatt. It's been tiring, it's been a long day, but I've experienced places I would never have gone to, all thanks to the Interrail Pass for Switzerland. Welcome to Zermatt. This place is absolutely heaving. I think 3/4 of the people here are Chinese. But on the train here, I found myself a hotel. It's a 3-star hotel, the Hotel Jägerhof. It's about a 15-minute walk from here, but it was £96. Those bloody things are driving all over the place. They don't stop while you're walking in the road because there's no pavements. They just drive at you. And that's from my hotel. And even the McDonald's is upmarket here in a chalet. Nothing in Zermatt is cheap, but the views all around here are free, so I guess you could enjoy your time here for a little amount of money. You just couldn't eat and you'd have to get a really cheap hotel. That top of the mountain there you can see is the Matterhorn. I went and had a look at how much it would cost to go up on the cable car thing to the top, the Gornergracht, and they do an evening ticket, so after 3:30 p.m. you can get half price, but it would still cost £86, and that slightly blows the budget. You've now spent £96 on a hotel. Isn't that a nice church? That's Zermatt's main church, but underneath it, at the foot of the church, is a bit of a, I don't know if you'd call it a hidden gem, but something that a lot of people don't know about Zermatt, because this is the starting point for a lot of people climbing the Matterhorn. These gravestones at the foot of the church are to the people who've died trying to ascend the mountain, and most of them are not Swiss names, and most of them are not from Switzerland. Some of them date back to the early 1800s, 1958. Vernon Charles Strange, Vernon Alan Crawford, Elmar Dushek, Alfred Spratt. I'd say a lot of those were British or American names. But yeah, you never know what you might find until you walk around a new place. So I've just walked from one end of Zermatt to the other in about 10-15 minutes. It's really not that big, but there's got to be a good 30,000 people here. All of them speaking French or American English. But yeah, I think I'm just going to call it a day now. Get back to my hotel and just chill and sleep. Because we may have a very long day tomorrow. So we are at the hotel now. They had a free transfer from the train station, but it's a nice day, so I decided to come myself. Now, where's the entrance? So yeah, the room is fine. I have a view of another building. If I stretch, you can see the top of the mountains. Yeah, it'll do. I'm only here for one night. I'm leaving fairly early tomorrow. Before I bring this video to a close, let me sum up. So we've been on 6 trains. All of them regional trains covered by an Interrail Pass. We've been on the same route as the Glacier Express was the last 2 trains that you saw. The Alpine Express, and then the other one, Matterhorn train, I think it's called. We were on there for about 3 hours in total. The only difference between ours and the expensive ones that all the tourists use is we only had one window at either side, whereas the tourist trains have a window above as well. But it makes no difference if you can see out of the window, because the train's turning all the time anyway. And we visited some random town that I've never heard of that turned out to be really scenic and very Swiss. All thanks to the Interrail Switzerland Pass. So I spoke to YouTube and they said you would also like these cool videos from my channel. So please also check these ones out.